on this Saturday night with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. I'm Kevin Harlan. David Alden this as well. And taking a broad. Look here at the year scoring trends for Zion Williamson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Starter for the Utah Jazz, they've got Anderson. And side. Train, 18 coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, us in the media know all it's just a lot of speculation. And it's a cliche, but it's all true. They aren't one on paper, they're one out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Matthews, no one around him, gets to go from beyond.
They don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. Quarter steal, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's more. He was playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15 and a half points a game.
But he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's B-Train. Here's the triple. Get it back. Another shot. It's another look. Out of hand on it. Anderson with the ball. Around 19 and a half points. Scoring has been a constant for them. Misses the three. He gives his team a bit over 10 points a game. And there it is for him. To the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans. Outside Gibson. That's the three fly. And he's good on the three ball. 6 points for him.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, his contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for B-Train. Unbelievable play for him the last month. Putting up about 18 points per, 15 rebounds, and just over 3 blocks. You look at the rebound totals, it's a big part of what he does for this team.
Everybody has their strengths. Easy to see the rebounding is his. And he
And it's Anderson with the ball for Utah. The thing about the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups and the help to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't fall for that.
Once again off the mark by Mexico. Jazz have gone 50% of the field, hitting 3 of 6 and 7 tip. Outside Gibson. His three-pointers off the mark. Mexico City is gone 1 of 3 beyond the arc before the game. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic pull. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
So it's the Jazz now, following that last three-pointer by Mexico City.
All right, I'll say it. He's over the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
Utah trailing here. Anderson passes and more kicks to Anderson. Chance passing it around. Here's Hall. Foul in the action. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-play chance for him.
Players will say, house in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
For Mexico, they did 4-10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Smooth. Hasn't made one. Kicks it out to Collins. Buries the long-range jumper. Back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Gibson laying it over. More outside. Pocket 6. It's tipped.
Another miss. He is struggling this quarter.
Pass to Smooth. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. Pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And Will Hardy is called timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Well, you look at B-Train. No doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
And guys, his rebounding has taken a lot of pressure off their other big. It frees those guys up to contribute in a lot of other ways.
Now here's Moore. 23 points his last outing. Gibson against Matthews. Here's the 3. No good from Gibson.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
There's a screen. Here's Smooth. And there's another one for Mexico City. Jazz trailed by 6. Moore outside. To stop the run. And no problem from Gibson as he finishes at the rim.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to Whitehead. Over in the corner, Matthews. Here's Smooth. And it's off from 3-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Gibson finds Anderson. Smooth with the rebound.
It's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
They get it back. Here's Whitehead. Trifecta. Whitehead's got his third bucket of the night.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Gibson from deep 3-point land. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Gibson's got 7 points in the game. Timeout called here. Mexico City making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. Jazz making a switch here. And Matthews gets to Collins. Now Gibson. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13 points a game. And the shot goes down. Now a 2-point Mexico City lead. Pass to Whitehead. Back to Matthews. Outside Matthews. Here's B-Train. The season in our sights now stand. How much of a toll does a regular season take on the...
Well, Kevin, the big thing is you just don't sleep a lot because you're running on adrenaline and your mind is always going, looking for more and more answers, so it can be exhausting mentally.
George finds Gibson. Shoots Matthews, and again it's Utah.
Shots are just point right now, having a really strong quarter.
Outside Matthews. Matthews screen on Williamson. Ball stolen for the finish. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Brady lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop.
Yeah, shooting at a nice 50% rate to start the game. They're sticking to the campaign. Back to Gibson. That's it. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Now, 11 points for him in that last game against the Kings in Sacramento. 16 feet away. The basket good up at time. V-Train's got it all tied up now for Mexico City. Pass the Hall. And here is Williamson. He lobs it up. It's tipped. Stolen by Collins. Whitehead deciding where to go. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
One of the emphasis for the league is crack down on illegal screen.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And Will Hardy's called timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. %. Start for this offense. Passes to Williamson. For 3. And he gets free throws coming up. You had a chance to coach. We talked about him before, but what's something about does he see?
Kevin, that's a great question. I think it's hard not to watch and focus on that. But is very, very smart. Very unselfish player.
Terrific assessment.
The playmaking ability there. Great pass to set up his teammate.
Outside Collins. And once again, Mexico City.
And already take out a noticeable advantage in terms of
Mexico City moving to the ball. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. Chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Focus and able to feel.
And let's quickly check out the score down here for the Jazz.
The game has been very hard.
The other thing, I love how they're playing some turnovers.
He's a skill you have to contest.
right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Looking it over. Green on Matthews. There's Williamson. Found by James.
That is one of the better finishers.
Yes, James picking up. Matthews got his second basket. Matthews against Williamson. Right with us, Matthews. Good. We finished the first quarter. Jazz lead. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Take on Utah so far.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They right when they need it.
They really trust that. They have no problem relying on crucial situation.
So on the floor, Utah, you got George. And he wills that one in. Sinking off the back iron. Loose by Anderson. Gibson in the post. So blows. Basket is good. So a chance here. 3-point play.
And they've repeatedly broken aside in the first half.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Instead, we seem to be a renaissance in the NBA. Personally, I love it. That being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent. You've got Indeed, unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with a combination of size and length, skill, and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But combines the most of those things that I take, Nikola Jokic.
Shot of the game.
Well, those are him in his sleep.
And we've gone 2 of 3 from the field. Puts up three. His fourth basket of the game and his only off to a good start.
And that gets him going from long range.
Now here's Frazier. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Sacramento. 6 to shoot. Smooth passes to Whitehead. Here's Drew. And there's another one from Mexico City. Here's Gibson. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. They set the pick. The drive. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Anderson passes to Gibson. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. No, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play and tackle and get to the line.
The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
They've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Checked in for the Jazz.
And they have yet to shot from the line here this quarter.
Timeout ball here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. As the teams head to this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Here's Smooth. He had a 33-point outing in the last game against Sacramento. And the shot is good. Utah lead has been cut down now to from Whitehead.
And they're shooting really well long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
Now here's Gibson. 16 points.
from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, great three-point shooting is so often what swings the game these days. When they're rolling from outside, they're tough to beat.
Now here's Moore. Scoreless thus far. Anderson the screen. And Moore kicks to Anderson. Utah moving it around. Moore the bucket. Moore's got himself going there. Game on the deep ball.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all contact. For Mexico City, they've got 4 of 7 as a team in the line tonight. Several misses early.
And they've had really good numbers all season. Free throw line.
Both good from the line that time.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Right side Gibson.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Gibson for 3. And Utah another 3.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help them win a lot of games.
Looking out to Frazier. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Gibson dishes to Anderson. From deep, Moore. Smooth with the rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Driving in, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Frazier outside. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. Moore left side. The chance again, can't hit it.
Yeah, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Pass to Frazier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Catching up on the changes from Mexico City. Collins checked in for Drew, and it's Matthews in for B-Train.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Here's Whitehead. He picked up 12 points in their last 20 against the Kings in Sacramento. Here's Smooth. Lost contact on the shot. And now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
B-Train's checked in for Mexico City. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Cole hits good. Cole's got 5 points so far.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Gibson. He's got 22.
I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Outside Matthews. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Anderson.
Great dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it. More outside. Pass to Gibson. Anderson wide open. Aims the three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 8.
Yeah, showing up that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat to the arc these days.
To the inside. Smooth. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
My goodness, that is how you attack a big defender.
Outside Gibson. Misses in close. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for Mexico City. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's B-Train. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Yeah, and he also put in major work on the boards. Just an all-around dominant performance.
Just 5 on the clock. Collins finds Matthews. Here's Whitehead. Mexico City moving it around. There's the three. Smooth. That's good. Smooth's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
Pass to Gibson. Anderson with the screen for Gibson. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
They haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
To the middle. Here's Whitehead. Launches it. Outside Collins. Rebounded by Hall.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Now here's Gibson. 24 points for him. He coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
So it's the Jazz now. Mexico City making their last shot. And it's in there. Gibson's got 28 points for the game.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Smooth, that's good.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Anderson, a screen on Matthews. Here's Gibson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Gibson's got 30 points.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Mexico City making some changes. B-Train's checked in for Matthews. And it's Whitehead in for Frazier. 1:03 left now here in the second. Pass to Moore. Now Gibson. Just 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Gibson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz. Mexico City is their shots from three-point range to go down the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Pass to Smooth. Here's B-Train. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Williamson outside. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. The quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those...
You look at the Jazz, the end is near. Couldn't put things together in time. They've had a couple of good games, but they couldn't sustain the momentum. They're in rebuild territory, which ain't always pretty.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Utah Jazz.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off, it gives...
And that's all for us. Now...
And for those of you tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Here's they've got Drew. Smooth out there with Frazier. There's B-Train, and it's Whitehead in at the point guard. Takes a step back. Here's Smooth, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
For Mexico City, they've been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Anderson, and it's Hall in at center. Anderson outside, and the 3 off target. Mexico City trails by 4. Knocked away. Gibson with the steal. Here's Moore. Drops in the breakaway layup. Moore's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Drew. Mexico City moving it around. They grab their own miss. Powered down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
The 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. B-Train's rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Whitehead passes to Smooth. Lets it go with the 3. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Pass to Gibson.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far. And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting for Utah.
And both free throws good from Gibson.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's B-Train. No good. That would have tied it. Jazz leading by 3. Right wing. From deep, Moore. And the 3 ball is good. Moore's got 8 points.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Smooth passes to Frazier. And he can't answer Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Sinks the triple. It's a 9-point Utah lead.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Pass to Drew, looking to end the run. Carries it from three-point range. Drew's got his third basket of the night right there.
The defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Now here's Gibson. Here's Hall. Smooth with a rebound. Smooth's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to B-Train. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their biggest game is done. Here's the floater. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Frazier. Here's Drew, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. And now just a 4-point Utah lead. Utah has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. For 3, Gibson, B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Here's Whitehead. 10 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smooth. Here's B-Train. It's blocked. Outside Gibson. Pass to Moore. Over Drew. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Moore's got 10 points in the game. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle has been going for the Jazz.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
And also the hustle, showing through with all those steals and not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
B-Train's shot is good.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
For 3, Gibson. Smooth with the rebound. Mexico City trails by 4. Pass to B-Train.
Number 43. Third personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Smooth. He's covered by Anderson. Jazz leading by 4. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Pass to Drew. Here's Smooth. Anderson with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Mexico City making some changes. Collins comes in for Frazier. And it's Matthews in for Drew. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Smooth. Hits the 3-point bomb. Smooth's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, he's been more confident shooting since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Anderson outside. No good on the triple. Mexico City trails by 3. Here's Smooth. Rebounded by Moore.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Here's Hall. Hands it from downtown. Hall's got 8 points.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Mexico City moving it around. Smooth misses. Jazz leading by 6. This one for 3.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
Pass to Smooth. Kicks it out to Collins. Here's Smooth. He's got 27. A three-pointer off the mark. Outside Gibson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting.
Yes, nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
And both free throws good for Gibson.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And the Whitehead to the right wing. And the bucket is good. Play chance here for him.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the ball and still get it to fall.
For Mexico City, they made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
And a chance to check out the stats for Gibson. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb, averaging 22 points per, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
He's been getting to the line. Now his 6th trip in the game.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
Mexico City trails by 7. Pass to Whitehead. Here's B-Train. A 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Smooth. He's in rare territory with those scoring numbers. It's not often we talk about a player averaging over 35 points a game.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Outside Gibson. Oh, he blocked it off the backboard. Here's Smooth. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Gibson against Matthews. Oh, and he knocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Whitehead, defended by George. There's a screen by Collins. For the lead, shots good by Whitehead. Whitehead's got 13 points. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Mexico City.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
Pass to B-Train. Here's Smooth. A 3-ball. That shot off the mark. Outside Gibson. 1:58 left to play in the third. And the layup's good off the glass. Gibson's got 45 points.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Here's the lob to the hoop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah.
Timeout.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Mexico City making some changes. Matthews, he's checked in for B-Train. Frazier comes in for Collins. And Drew subbed in for Matthews. Wright finds Williamson. Wright sets a screen for Williamson. Matthews with the rebound.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Drew passes to Smooth. And here's Matthews. Covered by Williamson. Mexico City moving it around. Takes the 3. Smooth misses. The Jazz shooting 42% from the field here in the third. Here's Madsen, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, terrific play. Their great strength to finish.
For Frazier. Mexico City trails by 3. Outside Matthews. Pass to Matthews. Fires from deep. It's good for one. Matthews has got 9.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of the last 5 baskets from three-point range.
They set the screen. And he makes that one. He's got 9.
The basketball line Williamson has is special. Just knows how to break the D down in that pick and roll.
Here's Smooth. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, clearly the layup was too easy for him. He had to go to the double clutch to make it a little more challenging.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. Collins against Williamson. Right with a screen on Collins. Inside. Got a piece of it. It's all tied in Mexico City. And we're just moments away from the start of... And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. James is out there with Matthews. Then it's Collins. Then it's Curry. And it's Matthews at the 4. Moore with the bucket.
Well, he was scuffling with his shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Matthews scanning the floor. Curry setting the pick for Matthews. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Gibson. And they call a foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Mexico City trails by 6. Down low and stolen by Wright. Moore with it. It's picked up by James. Outside Gibson. Back to Moore. The tray. Drains it from beyond the arc. Moore's got the lead up to 9 now for Utah.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room. He needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Collins wide open. He fires. And just miss after miss right now. Utah has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Wright with a screen on Curry. Anderson can't get it to go.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
To the paint. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Gibson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Both free throws good from Gibson.
Yeah, love the attitude he's playing with here in the second half, going strong to the hoop and getting to the free throw line.
Pass to Collins. From deep. Second take shot. Curry. And it's right, sending it back. And the rejection by Collins. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. B-Train's checked in for Mexico City. And Utah also making a switch. Hall's checked in for Wright. Near the three-point line, it's Moore. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Outside Matthews. Here's B-Train. 5 on the clock. They could use a bucket, and they get it back. From deep, James, a three-pointer is right on target.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Outside Gibson. Pass to Anderson. Nice ball movement by Utah. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Now to look at the schedule for Mexico City. On Monday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Gibson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot.
All the officials are all over that one.
The first free throw is good. Landing zone fouls have been a part of the rule book for some time now, Coach. It's changed how shooters shoot.
No question, Kevin. And it's a good thing, I think. The NBA needs to protect the shooters. They're doing that. None of us wants injuries that could be prevented. We don't want to see the great shooters just come down and land on somebody's foot and miss 6 to 8 weeks.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Third personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
Line for two.
And he makes both free throws. Jazz leading by 10. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Anderson. Nails it from the high post.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Smooth, that's good. Smooth's got 37. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. A three from Anderson. Offensive rebound. Hall. Got it. Good job at the low post. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Smooth. For the three. The rebound by Gibson. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Anderson kicks to Gibson. Shot from the top of the key. And it's Anderson that time on the assist from Gibson. Anderson's got the lead, 14 out for the Jazz. Mexico City has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, credit the screen there. Spring it in loose for the finish.
Outside Gibson. Anderson outside. Takes it from 10. Bank shot. No good.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Here's more. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
That's good for Moore. Mexico City trails by 13. Pass to Frazier. Here's Smooth. To the left side wing. A three-pointer, no good. Jazz leading by 13. Anderson passes to Moore. Back to Anderson. Here's Hall. Outside Gibson. Clock at 6. Jacks up a three. And it's Mexico City with the rebound.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Here's B-Train. Frazier outside. Pass to Smooth. Here's Whitehead. Three-pointer. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that.
Another miss by Utah.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Smooth, and it's denied. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Gibson. Anderson trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Gibson. He's got 54 points.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at it. You don't want to leave any hope for a tie.
And with that, the Jazz lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Drew.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And the first one, Mexico City making some changes. Collins checked in for free, and it's Matthews in for Drew. And Mexico City shooting in the fourth quarter is a little shabby, 38%. Pass to Whitehead. And Mexico City, another 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Gibbs with it. Matthews covering. And Gibson kicks to Moore. Shakes up. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Gibson with the steal. Here's Moore. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Moore's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Outside Collins. From outside, off the mark.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Anderson lays it up and banks it in. And now a 12-point Jazz lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Mexico City's head coach said to the team. Now, he was vocal in the huddle. He told his guys, don't quit on each other. We're still in this game, guys, but I need each one of you to up your energy level. Let's make a run now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Here's Gibson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Mexico City trails by 15. Here's Smooth. The kick out to Matthews. Collins passes to Beach. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Still Mexico City's ball. Here is Matthews. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Smooth. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. Moore with it. Jazz passing it around. The open shot by Anderson. Open jump shot off the mark. Here's Smooth. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Smooth's got 39.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Outside Gibson. Over to the wing. Anderson outside. Pass to Hall. For 3, Gibson. Good. That's another bucket.
and he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Jazz.
Better shooting from the charity stripe was what made the difference, I think, in this one.
Yeah, the concentration and focus was there, and I think that was what allowed them to win this war.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge, really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
Get out to more. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was...